I just got done downloading the iOS 26 beta, and I figured instead of exploring all the features by myself and then making a video on it, why not explore it together? Because I think there's like a lot new with this operating system, and I just wanted to experience it kind of, the first time with you. I think that'll be exciting. So let's take a look at iOS 26. As you can see here, we got the new lock screen. You can see some of that new transparent design already with the numbers up here, with the camera icon, and with the flashlight in the bottom left corner. But let's swipe up. Oh, Face ID. That's how you know it's actually live. Okay, so here it is, our first look at the home screen. And yeah, the icons, see, this was something when they were showing it off on stage, I was like, oh, maybe it doesn't look like that big of a change, but I'm like, I gotta wait till I see it in person. This is a big change, and I'm actually surprised because I was expecting only Apple's app icons to be updated to this new style. But look at the YouTube app, look at the TikTok app. The YouTube Studio looks different. Yeah, so I guess depending on the app, it does look quite different. Let's see here, what are we gonna open first? Well, actually, before we do anything, I kinda wanna see the different app icon styles. So, okay, long press on this, press edit. Look at that pop-up. That is totally new in iOS 26, the way they're doing pop-ups. That clear visual distinction of like the transparency of the glass, the layering of the operating system looks nice. Let's customize. Okay, so this is what I was excited for. You got your default mode. You got your dark mode. Forgive me if some stuff doesn't work. This is a beta, so it's very buggy. But this is the clear mode. Oh, yes, okay. So at least this works, because this is the one I was most excited to see. Look at the app icons. This is a whole new mode. It makes them completely look like glass, very transparent. Oh, that is visually striking. Everyone's gonna know you have the new operating system if you use this mode. There's even a dark clear mode. What does that look like? Oh, okay. It looks cool. I really like the light one. Yeah, that looks more visually impressive. It actually looks like panes of glass on the phone's display. You can make the app icons bigger, get rid of the names. Oh, that might be the way to go. Look at that. You can just make it completely clean and minimalistic. But let's get back to the smaller mode, just so we can see the name of the apps. I don't want to confuse people. The tinted mode. This is something that looked really off in iOS 18, but I think this whole tinted mode was made for this new operating system, and look at that. It suddenly makes a lot of sense. Now this actually looks good. Before it looked awful. You're like, Apple, why did you release this? No, it's because they knew they had this coming out the following year. Maybe they should have just saved tinted for this mode, but look at that. That is way more visually stunning. That might be something people actually utilize. Look at that. That looks good in the clear mode. Yeah, I could definitely see myself using the tinted mode with this new style, but I wanna go back to that clear mode. I think that's the most visually striking, the biggest differentiator we've had. So let's go back to clear. Let's leave it on light. And that is gonna be my home screen, at least for now, because that really does show off the new glass design. This is maybe even a bigger change than iOS 7. Oh, okay, so now the widgets look very different with that new clear style. Look at that. You can see right through to the back of the wallpaper, and that looks very clean and futuristic. Let's actually go into an app. Let's go into settings. That's something you go into pretty frequently. Looks a little different, yeah. Let's see, let's go into battery. Okay, that's very new. Look at that, you got the battery percentage right here, 76%. Tells you the last time it was charged, 93%, 43 minutes ago when we were downloading the beta. Daily usage, ooh, look at all that TikTok usage. Look at all that camera usage, that is a little embarrassing. Looks pretty good, let's go into camera. Still has like the same set. Oh, let's just go into the camera app. I don't think I have the camera app icon on my home screen because I use this usually. Ooh, whoa. Okay. Oh, wow. That is different. This is gonna take a lot of getting used to. Okay, so you go to photo mode. Look at the lens changes. Look at the buttons. Where are all the settings? Oh, there they are. I guess it's a little bit easier to see. They're kind of like small icons before. If you didn't really know what to press, you might be confused. Oh, okay. So that's making sense. So you swipe up, turn on live photos, turn them off, exposure, flash, timer, all that stuff, right? Okay, let's go into video mode. Now we have two separate modes. So flash, exposure, action. You go up here. Oh, look at that. That looks a lot better with the video settings. So you can quickly change to HEVC, ProRes log, ProRes HDR, all the different frame rates and formats right on top here. That looks clean, but man, iOS 7 is very controversial because it changed a lot of things. Just going into this camera app, thinking about someone like my mom going into this camera app for the first time, this is gonna be so confusing for new users. I do not know if they are going to adapt to this new style. It is gonna take some getting used to, and they are gonna get confused. Look at this, if you swipe on the bottom, that's how you get to all the different modes. Oh yeah, people are gonna complain about this. I think it looks good. People are not ready for that. So real quick, I'm just adding the camera icon to my home screen because look at it. They changed it back kind of to the old iOS 6 style where it's like the camera lens instead of just looking like a camera here. Let me go and edit this again so you can see it with like the default. Look at that. That is iOS 6 style camera app icon. I like that. I'm very happy they brought that back. They're adding a lot more, it's a lot more transparent, but there's more depth in this operating system as well. It's not exactly skeuomorphism, but maybe like neomorphism or something like that. It's a different visual design from iOS 7 and from iOS 18, which was the last one. It is very different. Let's go back. Let's go with this icon style for a while. We've been on the clear one, so let's go back to this one. Let's go to photos. Look at the buttons up here for select and this menu button. Oh, wow, okay. This is gonna take some getting used to. These are big visual changes, but that is nice. Look at that. The way the button looks interacting with the background. See how it changes as I swipe up and go to different things? It adopts the color of it. Oh, see that right there? See as it goes to that light blue, goes down? That is nice. I mean, that is so fluid and so reactive to the operating system. That is something I've never seen done on an operating system like this before, this fluidly. It is very stunning in person. That looks great. All right, let's take a look at Notes real quick. I always use that app. So wait a minute, look at the keyboard. Ooh, okay. Yeah, definitely different. Hold on. Typing test on iOS 26. Oh, look at the return key. What is going on here? So it just looks very different. Maybe Notes is a poor app to show it off in with like the transparency, but we'll look at it again later. So this looks layout-wise similar, but again, just very different. If we go over here, tap on more, again, you can see how they are utilizing those pop-out menus a lot in iOS 26. All right, what to take a look at next? Look, the preview app, this is something we've never had before. So I guess it works very similar to how it does on macOS. So let's open this up. So it looks like it works pretty similar to how it would on macOS. You can adjust the size, the resolution, all the stuff you can do in preview on macOS, but it's cool that it's on iOS now. That's an app I use all the time on macOS. Again, just across every app, there's new visual designs here. Yeah, look at the buttons here again, just scrolling through. Beautiful. Oh, here is a good chance to look at the new tab bar. Look at that. See how it interacts? You go in between them. It's very fluid. So we got some new visual stuff in music. Mostly with, oh, that's a really cool animation. But mostly with the outside of it. Not really too much in the player. It looks pretty similar. Dynamic Island looks the same. Just turn that off. Oh yeah, notifications. So here you can see the visual player for the music too. Doesn't look, you know, it looks different. It has like the glassy design, but nothing groundbreaking. But yeah, you can see even like the notifications when I have like this clear view on, it has that new view. People said this might be a little bit hard to read, just based on my quick impressions with it. Seems fine to me. Maybe if your eyesight isn't good, it could be a problem. But that actually brings up a good point. We really just bypassed the entire lock screen with this video. Let's go back to the lock screen. Let's customize this. So like before, we can add widgets, right? Those probably look the same. Yeah, these look pretty similar. So we'll add some widget. Oh, but now they're on the bottom over here. So the widgets go to the bottom. They used to be on like the top. The time, look at this. You have a little pool tab here like you do on the iPad. Oh, that is cool. Look at, oh, okay. That is pretty cool. So you can stretch out the time. Look how it interacts with the wallpaper too. That is really cool design. Okay, that is awesome. Look at that. Oh, that is fun and addicting. I love how it pushes the wallpaper. Look at that. Oh, it's getting a little bit laggy now. It's a beta, the more I play with it, but yeah, that is pretty cool. The date. Oh, okay, you can add things up here still? Okay, so you can add fitness, your calendar, the weather. It looks like it's bugging out a little bit. Again, it is the first beta of iOS 26. That is to be expected. I'm back. I'm done with the lock screen. That was too much pressure. So yeah, wow. This is, oh, we haven't even looked at Control Center. Let's swipe down. Ooh, okay, I thought Control Center got like a big visual upgrade last year. Look at Control Center. That is probably the most visually stunning part of iOS 26 so far. Look at how it's interacting with the apps in the background. Like the calculator looks green because it's on a green app. I think that's like FaceTime, right? Oh, look at the color variations in each different Control Center icon. See how it changes when I go into a different app? Let's swipe over here so you can see again. See how it interacts with the colors behind the display? That is pretty visually stunning. Okay, now I wanna see the messages in iOS 26 because this also got a pretty big visual overhaul, but there's like backgrounds you can do now. Okay, so you can see the pop-out menu here is completely different. That's not where you change the background though. It's probably in here. I'll have to blur some of this out so I don't leak my information, but yeah, backgrounds is right here on top. They have some suggestions. It looks like they made an AI one with Apple Intelligence. But let's see, these look kind of nice. Let's pick this one. It says I can swipe between styles light and dark. Doesn't really look like it's giving me anything right now. Let's hit okay. And if we go back, okay, it completely changed the background for this chat message I have in iOS 26, and it's even moving in the background. So these can be dynamic and move. So yeah, this looks pretty sleek and definitely a big visual change for messages, which has always just been like a white background and text. How about Safari? That was supposed to be a pretty big visual overhaul. Let's check that out. So if we go into Safari, look at the tab bar on the bottom. That is completely different again with the button here. That is different. Your options, okay. Oh yeah, very, very, very different. Oh, look at the toggles here. So we can, if we hit the toggle, it works the same, but just looks a little bit more modern and a little cleaner than iOS 18. In terms of like scrolling through a website, looks pretty much the same, except look at the, again, the bottom part of the bar as I scroll through like different images. It's not working all the time. Again, it's a little buggy, but you can just see how it like adopts like the colors. Look at that. That's a really good indication of it. That looks cool. See if I go to like a different website. Okay, here is a better look at the keyboard in Safari. See the transparency in the background? It didn't really show that well in the Notes app, but you can see just how much more transparent this keyboard is. The characters look a little bit different on it. I guess they might have changed the font. Let's take a look at a few more different apps here before we're done, right? I feel like I'm just kind of like going through the same things at this point. Weather is a big one. I love the weather app. That looks almost exactly, okay, the bottom definitely looks different. Okay, so you can swipe. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute, that's a whole new interaction. So there's a bar on the bottom here, and I can hold and swipe through all the different cities I have here for the weather app. Oh, that is a nice interaction. I don't know if it's buggy a little bit. It doesn't look like it's centered properly, but you can see how it stretches in and out, just moves around. That is nice. Oh wait, here's something we've never seen before on iOS, a games app. Just looked like a lot of mobile games. I wasn't too excited to see it, but hey, it's a whole new app. Let's open that up. Continue. Okay, combine my gaming activity, why not? So this is a whole new, from the ground up, iOS 26 app. You could see oh no, I didn't want to launch that, but okay. Go back. So you can see all the games here. I can continue playing Apple News, my favorite game. See, this is just the fun stuff with, I guess Apple News does have some like crossword puzzles on it. It's not too outrageous. Oh yeah, you can see, oh, again, I love that scrolling. Look at how it interacts with the bottom. That is the coolest part of iOS 26. That is not getting old so far. It does look like you're looking at the background through like a frosted piece of glass. It is so nice. Also, the phone app is completely different, right? This is something I'm scared to open because I'm probably gonna leak a bunch of stuff. I guess I can blur and post. Don't forget to blur, Greg. So here's the new phone app in iOS 26. You can see all the different calls you have over here. There's some spam calls. I guess I don't really care if I leak those. So that's fine. You can see the calls over here. Let's go into contacts. You can see all my different contacts. You know I got Apple on speed dial. Now I have two Apples. One of them must be right. So we'll click on this one, even though it doesn't have the logo. Okay, that has all the information from Apple. Here's a good way to see that visual overhaul in the Contacts app. It is looking very clean. This doesn't seem that hard to navigate, honestly. So I don't know why they'd even let you keep the old layout. If anything, they should have probably let you keep the old layout for users switching over for the camera app, because look at that. Like going back and thinking about this video, this right here is the biggest change to an app that people use every single day. This is gonna confuse so many people switching over to iOS 26. I think this is gonna get a lot of complaints, good or not. It's just so different from how the old Photos app worked that people are gonna have a hard time navigating this one. There's actually like a spatial photo thing here I wanna try out. So let's make a whole new lock screen. Let me pick out a photo. Pick this photo of my dog here. And I think there's a way to get this like spatial. Is it this? Okay, yeah, so it's generating the spatial scene. And now when I move, oh, wow, that is trippy. So as I'm moving the phone screen around, I don't know how well this is picking up on camera. My dog is just like moving with it. And my leg too. Oh, look at that. It is, it's kind of convincing. Like it almost looks like it's popping out at you, but that is cool. Very trippy. Like it almost looks like a 3D photo, but not quite. Maybe if I just add it. And yeah, okay. I guess the effect is, kind of there. You can see how it's moving. It almost looks a little bit more impressive as I was editing the lock screen because of all the different like menus on it and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. I think this one is a little rough photo to do. You can see it's kind of messing up some of the edging here, but it's cool. It's not like Vision Pro level of spatial, but for a phone effect with like the gyroscopes and stuff, definitely a cool trick. And it is heating up my phone like crazy because it keeps wanting to dim the display. So this beta software is pretty rough. Like if you're thinking about downloading iOS 26 right now, maybe don't, because my phone is very hot. It's lagging in certain areas. Again, it's the first beta, so this is going to be the worst performing of it, and we should expect that for the first developer beta, but if you're brave enough, maybe do it. I think we can end it here. That is my first look at iOS 26, a big visual change, the biggest since iOS 7, and there's a lot of settings and a lot of features I did not cover in this video. But again, I just want to do like my first raw hands-on impressions with iOS 26. And so far, just from the visual design standpoint, it is a breath of fresh air, and I like it. So far, I really like this design. And the thing I like the most about it, honestly, is that the design is consistent across your iPhone, your Mac, and your iPad. All the app icons look the same. All the ways you interact with like the menus look very similar. So that is something I like. The refresh has kind of brought all these operating systems together in a way visually. But yeah, I'm really interested to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think of iOS 26? I'm actually not sure how the public is going to perceive this update. I think people are gonna love it or they're gonna hate it. I think it's gonna be divisive. I really do. I think it's gonna be divisive in the same way that iOS 7 was. It changes the way it looks pretty drastically. That's always going to cause some people to like it, some people to not like it. Some people are gonna like the older design. Some people are not gonna like the way the new menus look. People are not gonna like that new camera app, I think. So let me know. Very interested to hear public feedback on iOS 26 so far. If you like this video, make sure you give me a like. If you wanna see more, got a ton of stuff coming out soon. Make sure you're subscribed for even more WWDC coverage. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.